Bulavinaka, and a very good morning to you all. I'm delighted to be here today to open this very important workshop for the development of the National Fire Authority's strategic plan and framework going beyond 2018. Today is a very important occasion for the National Fire Authority, and I would like to thank you all for being here to participate in this consultation, where a detailed 5-year development plan for the NFA will be formulated. This 5-year plan will outline the strategic direction of the NFA for the period 2018 to 2022, and whilst being aligned to Fiji's National Development Plan for the next 5 to 20 years, it will further enhance the delivery of NFA's essential services to the Fijian community. As the ministry responsible for the National Fire Authority, we are very proud of the achievements during the years 2013 to 2017, with its theme of driving a total change in culture and mindset. The achievements were progressive and encouraging, and I must commend the NFA board and management for the continued quarterly assessments and monitoring of progress in the implementation of NFA's strategic document. On this note, I must also acknowledge the many positive changes in the last 5 years that have transformed the National Fire Authority, namely the construction of 8 new fire stations, the purchase of fire and rescue trucks, the purchase of brand new ambulances and assorted firefighting, rescue and personal protective equipment, which are essential for any enhancement services. Also very encouraging, the progressive expansion of the provision of emergency ambulance services into Korolevu, Korovo, Singatoka, Ba and Lambasa. And it has also been pleasing to see that whilst the NFA continues to expand its specialized essential services to the community, it was also able to implement a job evaluation exercise and award market value salaries for all its positions, which resulted in salary increases for all its staff in December of 2017. The National Development Plan outlines the strategies that government has identified that will transform Fiji over the next 5 to 20 years, and a strong emphasis has been placed on access to basic services for all Fijians, such as water, electricity, housing, medical services, and education. Government will concurrently undertake substantial investments to implement the transformational strategic thrusts identified under this long-term development plan. During the National Development Plan period, Fiji will be transformed into a modern hub of the Pacific as a centre for business, transport, communications, and other services. And given that we already have the major foundations and an enabling environment, game-changing strategic interventions will allow us to build much further over the next 5 years. Urban development with better services and development of new cities, towns, and growth centres will be pursued. Equal attention will also be paid to growing our rural economy, providing better public services and creating many more opportunities for income and employment. Whilst the provision of essential services covers a wide cross-section of our Fijian communities, government has 2 goals to achieve that directly impact the services of the National Fire Authority, and these relate to the following. Number 1, creating vibrant and environmentally sustainable urban centres. This is where the National Fire Authority is required to create new growth centres in Navua, Korovo, Nambawalu, Keasi, Vunindawa, and Senganga. And 2, access to transportation through an efficient and sustainable transport network where the NFA will be required to extend the areas of coverage from Suva to another 11 areas, namely Navua, Diumba, Singatoka, Ba, Rakiraki, Korovo, Nandi, Lautoka, Savusavu, Lambasa, and Taveuni, and to produce complementary road accident rescue kits, communication and data entry equipment, and to reduce response times in the areas of service from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. It is pleasing to see that the NFA has already expanded its services into most of the areas identified in the National Development Plan, and that work is already underway to secure land in the likes of KRC. Ladies and gentlemen, the strategic framework that you brainstorm and map out today should provide a strong yet practical mechanism for NFA to evidence the range and nature of opportunities for partnerships, the various stakeholder groups and the communities to effectively engage with NFA. The framework should also evaluate the impact of any and all engagement activities and partnerships working in relation to NFA's strategic aims, reputation and contribution to community planning and wider public sector reforms. It should provide a demonstrative effectiveness to NFA's interactions with partners and stakeholders and communities in terms of setting priorities, design and delivery of services. And it should also ensure NFA have the appropriate resources, structures, capacity and competence to support a range of activities and evidence the benefits delivered as part of NFA's legislative scrutiny and audit requirements. Once strategies have been identified, it will be prudent for monitoring and evaluation to also form a vital part of the strategic planning framework, and I will expect the NFA board and management to ensure regular monitoring of progress that will help keep implementation on track and ensure that our collective vision is realized. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the very best today, and I have great pleasure in opening this strategic planning workshop Beyond 2018. Once again, I thank all of you who have taken the time to be here today to help map out sustainable and attainable strategies that will enable the transformation of the National Fire Authority in alignment with government's strategic goals for a better Fiji. Thank you.